This video is a navigational guide to the IARSS compliance system. My name is Phil Morris. I'm the Director of Operations and Technology for the Kane County Regional Office of Education. We are the office that developed and maintains the system. Logging into the system, you will go to compliance.iarss.org. The login screen will come up, and you'll notice that you must use either a Google or Microsoft login. In many cases, our districts in Illinois are Google. I'm going to go ahead and click on Login with Google. I'll enter my address that is registered with the system. It'll ask me to log in with my Google credentials. If it's successful, the system note will come up, and then you can click on Continue. And now you are actually in the compliance system. So a little bit about what you can see here. If you want to see previous years, you can click on Change Year, and you can go back in the system to see previous years of compliance. You have breadcrumbs here telling you which district and where you're located. If you click on Home, this is where you can see, again, the previous years as well as staff. If you need to add a user for your district, click on Add User, put their name in, email address, and whether they are a district admin or district staff member. Staff members can upload items to the system, but they are not able to submit the finalized evaluation to the Regional Office of Education. I'm heading back to the main dashboard. Around the top of the screen, you have your profile that you work on, sign out, but mainly tips is the area I want to show you, where it will talk about how to get help. We do have a compliance help desk, which is an email address that you can send with any questions are there. We also go through the various icons that are used in the system, from the lock through new items or updated items, different statuses, and we do update the FAQ throughout the year as questions come up. On the left side, I'm going to click under the summary on 100 students. The system is split into 5 areas. 100 is focused on students through 500 on instructional programs. Within this area, you can see each item. 101A will be the item, if it's any press material related, any potential evidence, and then also links to the law as to why it is in the compliance. So if I were to click on this first one, it will bring up or download that item. Over on the right-hand side of the screen, you have the ability as a district to self-assess whether you're in progress. Yes, you have completed that. No, you have not, or it's not applicable. Again, as a district, you are self-assessing. You cannot click on the lock item or the flag. Those are items that are reserved to the ROE reviewer. They will lock an item when they believe it's complete, or they may flag an item for review later. If we scroll down the screen, some other pieces you might see. Under potential evidence, we have policy and then an asterisk. That asterisk means that will be a required document to add to the system. So if there is a document you need to add, you can click Add Document or Website link over on the right-hand side. And it will go through, if you want to add a document, what file types are supported, and the maximum size. Please note maximum size of 25 meg. or if there's a link that you want to use that would also show where this is. For instance, if you have a policy and your policy is on your website, you may choose to put a link to that direct policy on your website. Please do not put a link to your whole policy book. Most of the online systems have the ability to link just to one policy. If I click on maybe that link, I'll hit submit. Upon hitting submit, it'll return back to the system, and you will see under this item that link went there, and I may mark that as yes. Again, the ROE will be reviewing that later on. Another good example on this page is item 101G. It has a little update tag. This item was updated this year, which means there was a minor change to the item. It's been there in each year, but it will take review. The other thing with this item you can see is the schoolhouse. Anytime you see the schoolhouse, that is, the item will have to be reviewed on site by the ROE reviewers. So you do not have the ability to click in progress, yes or no, nor can you upload a file. You'll find many of these items for on site under staff and personnel. Further down, item 101I and J are new this year. So both items have the new tab, and you can see you can mark your status on these and add supporting documents or websites. At the bottom of every item, so this is 101, you have the ability to add a comment. These comments can only be seen, they're marked by user and can be seen between you and the Regional Office of Education. They'll be dated and time-stamped so that you can review those comments while you're in the system. By scrolling up, if I look over here on the left, under 200, there's already a red flag. That means that the ROE has been in and marked something with a flag that'll need to be reviewed. So I'm going to go ahead and click on 200, and you'll notice the items here on the left are actually flagged. Red flag on 201, 203, 206. So 206, both items are not there, and this is maybe where you need as a district to complete and add any documents or websites. Once you've completed this item and go back to maybe 201, you'll notice now the 206, the button has filled in because you completed those two items. Again, they still need to be reviewed. This is only your visual that you have completed those items. If you're looking for a certain item, you may also wish to use the search at the top. This is useful when working with other staff in the district to find items that they may be responsible for. So if I use the term health, it will bring up a search response of all the different items, and you can see highlighted that involve health. So if we were to click on 509S2, it will actually return and bring us to 509. And we can scroll down to, you can see there's a lot of new items in here. S2, which happens to be updated this year. So you may need to work through that. As you begin to add more and more documents and links as documentation, you can see under the Documents tab on the left, all of them that will be present. Right now, I've only got a couple in here. But this is where you can manage them. And as the note says, this is a list of all the documents for this current year's evaluation. So if you happen to upload a document that is not correct, this is where you come to delete it. So you have the option here, delete it. Maybe you need to download it. You can preview it. So if I go ahead and preview, it will preview that item in a PDF format in my screen. I can replace it, but most of the time I'm just going to go ahead and delete and click OK. And now that item has been removed from the system. Click on Done and come back to it. As you complete more and more, the dashboard will begin to fill in. And this is an area that will fill in with scoring as you complete it. Make sure to complete your demographics, superintendent, the school address, the number of attendance centers in the district, number of pupils, licensed staff. If you have any waivers, and click on Save. And that will bring us back to the evaluation. Again, as you work through this, it will be auto-saving. And your final step, when ready to submit to the regional office, you will click on the Submit to Reviewer button located on the top right. And it will come up and warn you, in my case, several unanswered items, or I can submit or cancel. I'm going to go ahead and cancel. Remember, it's always good to check your tips. If you have any questions, email specific questions. If it's about a certain item, email those to your ROE. If it is about the system, you can email the compliance help desk at kanerwe.org, and one of us will get back to you usually within a day. You also have an option to contact the ROE through the system, and you can click on that button. This completes the basic navigation of the compliance system.